Hello everyone, and now in this episode we're going to talk about dominated strategies. Sometimes we call it strictly dominated strategies, so whenever I say strictly dominated or simply dominated, they mean the same thing. Alright, we are talking about strictly dominated pure strategies, so therefore we start with taking a pure strategy SI of some player I, and we call this strategy dominated if there exists another strategy. It could be pure or mixed. So because it could be mixed, I just use the general notation. So I'm going to call it sigma I, such that the payoff of player I when she plays sigma I has to be strictly greater than her payoff when she plays SI, given that obviously the other strategy profile S minus I. But is there anything special about this S minus I? Well, yes, this inequality must be true for all strategy profiles S minus I of the other players. So what does that mean? That means a strategy SI is strictly dominated means there's a better strategy for player I. So better means what? It means this other strategy or better strategy will always give higher payoff, right? So that means sigma I gives higher payoff than SI always. All right, so this always means a lot, right? And it's very important. So what do we mean by always? Well, it means the following. Remember, the payoff of player I obviously depends on, because this is a strategic environment, it depends on the opponent's strategies, which we denote by S minus I. So therefore, this payoff must be greater than the second one for every S minus I. So that means whatever strategy the other guys are playing, the sigma I should be giving higher, strictly higher payoff than SI. All right, so that's what we mean by always, regardless of what the other guys do. So, sort of important remark, by experience, understanding this definition is not so straightforward. You'll see when we do a more complicated examples. All right, so be very cautious about it. You think you understand it, but actually when you sort of look at specific examples, you realize that actually you missed an important part of this definition. So therefore, be cautious. So this probably is the simplest strategic environment we can look at. So let's suppose there are two players and they're playing a simultaneous move game and with the following payoffs. All right, so they choose their actions strategies simultaneously. Each player has two strategies. So this is player one, the row player, and player two is the column player. Sorry. So here what I have is, so let's look if there is any strictly dominated strategy for player one. Well, yes. For example, I can say D is strictly dominated. All right. Okay, so here my SI is basically, so I is player one, all right, and SI is the D. All right, the question is, what is this sigma I? Well, sigma I, if D is strictly dominated, there should be some strategy which is strictly dominating, right? And in this case, it's U. All right, so U is the sigma I guy. Well, okay, so why is this, it is strictly dominating? Well, look, if player one plays U versus D, so I'm comparing these two, what I should be looking at the payoffs of player one. So if it is going to be easier for you, I am going to write down only the first player's payoff. All right, so this is U, this is D. And the first player's payoff is what? Well, it's 4. So I'm going to sort of fill the first row first. So the first guy's payoff is either 4 or 10. But that depends on the second guy's actions or strategies. So therefore, there are two possibilities, right? L or R. So here, this S minus I is either L or R. So, all right? So it is either 4 or 6, depending on what the second guy plays. What about D? If the first guy plays D, however, it's going to be 2 or 4. Well, so what I do, I basically compare those numbers column-wise. So here, the first column, clearly U is giving higher payoff than D. And in the second column, still U is giving higher numbers than D. So that means whatever the second guy is doing, U is giving higher, strictly higher payoffs than D. And hence, according to this definition, D is a strictly dominated or dominated strategy for player 1. Well, here, your comparison has to be the column-wise, all right? You can't, for example, compare 4 with 4, all right? Or 2 with 6. I mean, if you compare 2 with 6, things wouldn't change. But, 4 with 4, you can't really make this comparison because when you look at this inequality compares 2 payoffs, but fixing this other guy's strategy. All right, so you fix the other guy's strategy and then compare the payoff of player I when he plays sigma I, which is U in this case, versus when he plays SI, which is D in this case. So for that reason, because the other guy's strategies are fixed, your comparison for player 1 has to be column-wise. Well, what about player 2? Is there any strictly dominated strategy for him? Well, this time you have to make the comparison row-wise. What does that mean? So let's erase this. Now I'm looking at from the second player's perspective, all right? So the second player has 2 options, right? Left or right. So which one is dominated? Well, the playing left is gonna bring him 6 or 0 payoff. 6 or 0, depending on the first guy's action. So I'm going to leave the first guy's action empty because this time, remember, I am making the comparison from the point of view of the second player. And if he plays R, however, his payoffs will be 0 or 3. All right? So, I mean, important, where you put 0 and 3 matters, right? You can't put 3 here and 0 here because, this payoff corresponds to when the first guy plays U. So if you put 3 here, well, then you shouldn't be putting 6 here. All right, so it's very, very important, guys. So when I make the comparison, all right, I basically make the comparison row-wise. So which number is higher? Well, yes, 6 is higher, but here 3 is higher. So, L is not always better than R, and R is not always better than L. So therefore, there is no dominated strategy for player 2 in this example. There's only a dominated strategy for player 1. Okay, so now let's jump to another example where it's slightly a bit more complicated because there are more strategies available for the players. So it's going to be again 2 players, but this time each player has 3 strategies, not 2. So up, middle, down, let's say, left, center, right. So 16, 3, 0, minus 4, 8, 4, 10, 3, 2, 5, 8, 2, and so on. So 6, 7, 0, 1, and 4, 0. Okay. So let's look at if there is any strict dominated strategy for player 1. Well, once again, I mean, you don't have to do this, but let me just do it one more final time. So the player 1 has 3 strategies, right? And don't forget, player 2 has also 3 strategies. So I'm going to write UMD only because I am looking at this picture from the first player's perspective. So for that reason, I'm not writing the second player's strategies. So here he's going to get 16, 8, 6. And if the other guy is following C, playing C, it's going to be 0, 2, 0, or 8, 10, 4. So here, let's make a one-on-one comparison, all right? So for example, U and M, which one is always better? Can I say something like this? Well, I can't, because I can't say U is always better than M, or M is always better than U, right? Because U is sometimes better, but sometimes worse than M. Okay, can I say anything about M and D? Well, M is always better than D, right? And strictly, because you know, it's 8 versus 6 or 2 versus 0 or 10 versus 4. So therefore, D is a strictly dominated strategy. What happens is when the player 2 is playing, I mean, regardless of what player 2 plays, player 1 always gets a higher payoff when he plays M. So therefore, D is strictly dominated. D is dominated. Okay, but again, remember I said M is not dominated, U is not dominated. So basically that's it. What about player 2? So for player 2, I can, so sort of overall look, when I look at it, you know, 3 is worse than 4. So here the R looks like the better than the 2 other. But here C is better than the 2 other, and then L is better than the 2 other. So you know what? There's no strict domination here for player 2. So that's it. There's only one dominated strategy, and it's for player 1. And that dominated strategy is D. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to look at another game. And this game has no strict domination. I'm going to look at player 1 only. You'll see no strict domination when you look at the pure strategies, and so you have to look at the mixed strategies. UMD, left, right, let's suppose 8, 1, 0, 2, 0, 0, 8, 0, 2, 3, 2, 2. Okay? All right, so let's look at the player 1 first. I mean, I'm going to ignore player 2. So here, for example, D is, I mean, U is not always better than D, right? It's only better than D if the second guy plays left, but if the second guy plays right, clearly D is better than U. So I can't say D is dominated by U. Also, I cannot say D is dominated by M because M is not always better, as you see. However, remember the definition of the strategy being dominated? There exists a strategy, pure or mixed. So maybe there is no pure strategy that's always better, but there might be a mixed strategy that's always better than D. Is it possible? Well, it is possible in this case. So consider the following strategy of player 1. 1/2 U, comma, 1/2 M, and 0 D, which means the following. Player 1 plays U and M with equal probabilities and plays D with 0 probability. So he doesn't play D. So question is this strategy dominates D? Well, it does. How so? Well, now look at my payoff. So remember, the first guy is playing sigma 1. I have to calculate the expected payoffs. And this is D. Player 1 is playing D. So when he plays D, his payoff is 2, regardless of what the second guy does, right? All right, when he plays sigma 1, however, his expected payoff when the second guy plays L is going to be 8 with probability 1/2 and 0 with probability 1/2. So it's basically 4. And here, it's going to be 0 with probability 1/2 and 8 with probability 1/2. So his expected payoff is going to be 8 times 1/2 plus 0 times 1/2. So it's 4. So what you see is that playing sigma 1 is always giving higher payoff than playing D. So therefore, D is dominated. Who is dominating? Sigma 1, which is a mixed strategy. All right? So once again, the domination means you have a better strategy, and this better strategy means it always, regardless of what the other guys do, it always gives higher payoff. Well, but don't forget, this better strategy doesn't have to be a pure strategy. Sometimes in some games, it may be a mixed strategy. Okay, so be careful about this.